I'm interested to have a whole conversation soon about what the offense is going to look like strictly under Norvell. I don't think that Kenny Dillingham was overall doing the play calls and, going off of, what he built and the playbook. But, Kenny Dillingham did play a role in that. And I'm interested to see, too, Norvell and what his offense is going to look like strictly under him and Coach Atkins. They've got Tony Tokars as being the offensive the quarterback guru there. So this offense is interesting to see. And you've got a whole room of tight ends, too, who you kind of have just got a whole leash of them. I mean, what are you going to do with them? I mean, I wouldn't be shocked to see a few guys hit the portal after this spring in the tight end room because there's just too many.
Gregory asked a question, Logan. Do you think that Norvell believes in Jordan Travis, or do you think he's essentially, for lack of a better term, and Mark will bring the question back up, do you essentially think he's just stuck with him? He's just going with him because he's the only thing he has. What do you think?
I think.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, if you look back, it was going after Luke Altmaier. That was going to be the future quarterback of Florida State, and things didn't go well. Homeboy at Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, went in and grabbed him and flip-flopped him, and now Luke Altmaier is not going to be starting probably ever at Ole Miss, with Jackson Dart going over there and transferring. So he's also in a rough spot. Didn't want Jeff Sims, didn't feel like that was fitting his offensive scheme, which at that time coming in, it wasn't. So what you had to work with was going to be eventually Jordan Travis. You weren't going to have Tate Rodemaker. You had Purdy there, but it was kind of surprising to see, Rodemaker have a little bit more of burn time before Purdy got a chance. And so, Jordan Travis was running the offense better and getting the team down the field, and that's kind of what Florida State and Norvell have had to result to. Whoever the best guy is to get you down the field, he might not be an incredible passer, but can he improve and keep getting better and better with the targets that he had last year, which, you got Andrew Parchment missing out on routes twice, causing interceptions. Cameron McDonald there was 2 interceptions last year. He only, in my book, threw a max of 5, maybe 4 interceptions. He went on an incredible run there after the Notre Dame game and the Jacksonville State game. After that, Jordan Travis went on a big-time improvement run there in the latter half of the season, and I don't think that should be anything ignored against some good competition, too.
Don't you guys.
And Florida State's offensive line.
Hold on, Grizzle, do not. No. I'm Team Jordan Travis. He's a South Florida guy. I'm 100% Team Jordan Travis. It's this guy right here. This is the hater in the room. For Jordan Travis.
I've gone from let's have some competition to I'm a hater.
This guy won't pick a side yet. This guy is Team JT.
Nah.
100%.
Which side? What, JT Daniels or Jordan Travis?
Jordan Travis.
I've called him. I called him the starter around last spring. I called him the starter.
When Mackenzie Milton transferred in, you were prepared to have a victory parade to get him from Orlando to Tallahassee. You finally turned the corner on Lieutenant Dan sometime in the summer, and then finally came around to the side of Jordan.
Once I saw those scrimmages, I said, "Oh, that source was not wrong when they said Milton's kind of here for locker room and to have good depth there." But I thought he was good for Jordan Travis and learning some things and trying to switch up and clean out that locker room. But very early on, I kind of knew this was Jordan Travis's team, and he's only developing. I just keep hearing good things. Multiple people from inside the program respect him, and watching him at practice. That's why I predicted a lot of these games this year. I think it was 8. What was I? 8-4 on the season, and really came off of practices and seeing how well Jordan Travis was playing. And best record. No Game Day staff. Just want to put out the record for all our writers there. 8-4. Just absolutely, just spot on.
That Chick-fil-A is what got you those victories, right?
We'll go 9-3 this year, I think.
Or you just threw your entire staff under the bus.
And for the record, regardless of what Jason has said, I said that Jordan Travis was much improved last year, that I didn't think he was a starting quarterback the year before, that he proved to me that he's good enough to be a starting quarterback. I'm just saying he's not yet I don't know what he's going to do. If he makes the same kind of improvement from 21 to 22 that he made from 20 to 21, hey, he'll be a top-tier quarterback in the ACC, because I'm not looking at his numbers here from the previous year, but he completed 63% of his passes. There's no way he completed anywhere close to that the year before. He was probably 10% below that. So if he can continue to progress, I'm a Jordan Travis guy. I want to see some competition, though. I'm just saying he's not
I agree with you.
a top-of-the-line guy yet. He may prove to be.
You are correct, but what I was just saying is that right now, Florida State seems hell-bent on staying with that offense. And I don't see another quarterback out there right now, or any of the other options that could come out there that could go with that offense. Now, we've got a few minutes here, so I'm going to ask you both a question. I'm going to 2 questions. Number 1, how awesome am I? Number 2, Jermaine Johnson. He came in last year, dominated for us on the defensive line. Does he get picked in the first round this year? I've seen some mock drafts that have him going to the first round of the NFL draft. Can you see him getting picked in the first round?
I don't think I'm even really being biased here, but he absolutely should be a first-round pick. I think we saw that mid-season last year. We got to see flashes of it even against the Notre Dame at the Notre Dame game, but really sealing it off with being able to stay healthy throughout the season, coming in and being a leader. A lot of those things, those interviews, not only show on the field, like field work, but also some of these scouts and coaches, execs, are talking with people at Florida State inside the program. Did he really buy in? Was he a leader? Did he come in and be a guy that, stayed late? Was he there talking with some of the youngsters, which I got to see all throughout practices? It was really nice to see him go out to some of the young guys during drills and help develop them. And that's something Jermaine Johnson, he's not lying about it when he talks about it in interviews, that he was there to understand and be a part of the climb that Norvell's doing. And I think just on the field product is that, and it seems like he's in parallel. He's doing a great job with interviews and off the field stuff. And then he went over to the Senior Bowl and absolutely crushed it. Didn't need to play in the game. Didn't need to play in all the practices. Absolutely dominated some very talented offensive line tackles, some tackles in the Senior Bowl. So I think he is a first round pick to me, and he'll be a steal for if someone wants to get him in the second round, it'll be just like what we saw with Stanford Samuels. There's usually a steal at Florida State, and who might be the even bigger steal because he'll be drafted later on is Keir Thomas, who didn't receive an NFL Combine invite. That's just because that's sad. It's a guy that was about every other week on getting ACC honors for Defensive Player of the Week and didn't get an invite to the Combine. That will be probably the biggest steal, other than Jermaine Johnson if he doesn't go in the first round.
If it were any other player, I'd say that they were just a good player on a bad team, which you would call Florida State last season. But Jermaine Johnson is the real deal. Jermaine Johnson, I believe, fully could have started on any top 25 team last season, and I think he will be a first round draft pick. I can see him going. He could come to the Dolphins down here. He could go to the Steelers. There's a lot of chances out there for him. I mean, you guys are probably going to draft a quarterback in Pittsburgh, but yeah, you never know. I legitimately think I agree with you. I think he should be a first round draft pick.
Yeah, if he wants to drop down to me, because we're getting Jameis. I've already got Najee Harris. I get Jermaine Johnson. Who else am I getting? I might get Aaron Rodgers to back up Jameis Winston. I mean, we're setting up for a really good run here in 2022.
Got it. So you're back to drinking before the shows. Got it. Okay, cool. Got it. All right. And then Dan Marino. Right, and then Dan Marino 1984 is coming back for the Dolphins. The no-name defense in the 70s is coming back. Yeah, that's what's happening. Duper, the wide receiver. Yeah, that's all happening.
Yeah, that's why I don't ever really worried about next season at all.
Right, because you're already champions, right? I mean, we all know the Arizona Cardinals are going to be the champions next season just because the home team of the stadium is the ones who are winning everything now. So
that's right. I know 2 years in a row.
Shout out to Kyler Murray if he's still there in the Arizona Cardinals. You're already going to win the championship next year, so congratulations.
Yeah, exactly.